Morning. So I thought today we would look a little deeper into the concept of finding balance during difficult times, during stressful times. So I think we're all seeing people moving about the world in different ways, coping in any way that they know how. Some very healthy practices being maintained or started as a result of this pause in the world. Some habits are forming that are not so healthy. So I just wanted to take this time today for us to go inside and just look at that. Look at the idea, how are we showing up? And I like the notion that we teach in meditation, that we are both alert and relaxed. So that in meditation, becoming a meditator, including that in your daily practice, doesn't mean we become dullards. We actually become sharper because our mind has become much more focused. We don't have the competing thoughts. So I came across a quote from a Roman Stoic, Seneca, and I think it speaks to what we're talking about today. So he says, "I may wish to be free from torture, but if the time comes for me to endure it, I'll wish to bear it courageously, with bravery and honor. Wouldn't I prefer not to fall into war? But if war does befall me, I'll wish to carry nobly, the wounds, starvation, and other necessities of war. Neither am I so crazy as to desire illness, but if I must suffer illness, I'll wish to do it in a way that is neither rash nor dishonorable. The point is not to wish for these adversities, but for the virtues that make adversities bearable." And I think today we are seeing how or are we expressing these virtues. The other day I was walking our dogs and I was at the stop lights and I noticed the car had stalled. And it was an older car and this person behind the second car in line started honking their horn aggressively and throwing their arms up, and she's like, "What's going on?" and honking, and I'm standing there going, okay, I know it's annoying. He's not moving. The light had turned green, but it was, the guy's stressed clearly because his car had stalled. And it didn't help that the person behind him in line, or in the car behind him, was screaming and shaking her fist and honking her horn. So, we're all stressed, and I thought, I wonder if that person will take a moment to sort of reset, when they get home. Because what they ended up doing was careening around this vehicle and honking and just like tore off to get to the grocery store another 200 meters. And so I just thought this was the quotation that I shared was a great point for consideration. You know, how are we showing up in times of stress? Or are we? Are we just sort of abdicating this human form with this developed brain? Are we abdicating our responsibilities, I believe? Or are we just sort of running amok? And, you know, when I was growing up in a home that, you know, was filled with violence, my father was an alcoholic and had a drug addiction. My mother was abusive. So my home was not a safe home growing up. And yet, I managed to move through those very difficult, stressful, dangerous years because I had, as part of my tool, a tool in my toolkit was my established meditation practice. I was very fortunate to be training with a coach who required that at the beginning and end of each practice. So 6 days a week, I was meditating at the track and practicing yoga. And it was these skills that I was developing as an athlete that, you know, seeped into my real life or the rest of my life. School, maintaining focus on school, developing and holding good friendships. But to be able to go back into the trauma, the war zone, that which was my home growing up, to be able to somehow find some center through that. And I did that by getting quiet every day, by finding the stillness that resides within. And within that stillness is where healing occurs. So we know that sleep is the number one way for our bodies to heal from the day's events. Sleep helps to repair and rest, so that if we have a good sleep, we wake up feeling alert and fresh and ready for the day. The second most valuable way to find that reset is through meditation. So we develop, if we choose, we can develop within us a quality of stillness that assists us during these difficult times. So that is our normal. We know that we always want to come back to that place of stillness, of calm, of ease. And when that is our reference point, then our actions and our thoughts follow. We're not chaotic in how we move about the world, even in difficult times. So we learn to become resilient. We learn to establish a sense of calm and focus. And those are very good practical aspects to hold. But we also learn to be more kind, express patience and tolerance. We become much more understanding of others who are perhaps not managing as well, that we can hold space for those people. And it's really important for us to be able to share that, share a stable energy with those around us, so that when we're, when we have to go to the grocery store, and perhaps, I've noticed that the people working there are very stressed. So just to be able to go in and hold some space and smile and not carry, this tension with us is extremely valuable, not only now, but throughout our life, in good times, obviously, and difficult times. So we learn in meditation how to sit through discomfort, because sometimes practically it is uncomfortable to sit. We need to shift and move and our joints might ache. So on one level we learn how to adapt. But more than that, we learn how to sit in the discomfort of perhaps our thoughts, perhaps in what is going on around us. We learn to bear witness and be responsive human beings instead of reactive. And that is a huge gift to ourselves, to our family, to the world. So let's move in that direction. Let's move in the direction of equanimity, a sense of stability, grace in difficult times. Let's move in that direction. So through meditation, we both activate our central nervous system, our circulatory system, our respiratory systems, but we also learn to rest and reset. So there are both things happening at the same time to create stability and balance. Because going too far in one way, being too activated, too frenetic, makes us just a bit cray-cray, and our minds kind of exhibit that, and our behaviors follow that, and our emotions. And going the other way, if we get a little too complacent, then we can move in the direction of negativity, of sadness, of depression. So finding that balance, and we find the balance we practice in meditation as we sit. So we'll start with some Kapalabhati, which is breath of fire, and I will lead you through it. But basically what we are doing is we are going to be inhaling and exhaling through the nostrils and pumping the belly with each exhalation. So it goes... And then after 20 breaths, we'll pause, hold the breath, settling, and then we exhale. And we'll do 3 rounds. And then I'll lead you into a beautiful, relaxing meditation. So just again, we will be activating and relaxing. So get yourselves comfortable, and we will do our breath work together and just follow my lead. So here we go. Inhaling and exhaling through the nostrils. Inhale. Close the eyes, hold the breath here. And release. Take 1 normal breath. And repeat. Inhale. Close the eyes, hold the breath here. And release. 1 breath. And 1 last round. Pumping at the navel. Inhale. Close the eyes, retain the breath. the eyes closed, actually, as we move into our meditation. And just sit for a moment, checking into the body, finding the breath, settling in. And allow the spine to be nice and tall. Breath relaxed. Even inhale with the exhale. And I'll lead you through a body relaxation and mindfulness practice. And as we move through the meditation, just allow yourself to become aware of your thoughts as they arise, knowing that you don't need to act on anything. We don't need to judge our thoughts. We can allow any thoughts that arise to simply fall away. As a cloud enters our vision in the sky and then recedes, we can allow our thoughts to do the same. We don't need to hold on to them. We don't need to examine them. And with your awareness, bring your attention to the top of the head and allow the scalp to relax. Noticing the forehead, relax. Notice the eyes, relax. Notice the space between the eyes, relax. Corners of the eyes. Notice the nose. Notice the air as it arrives and leaves through the nostrils. Nothing to do. Nothing to force or organize. We're just witnessing. The natural movements, sensations of the body. Bring your awareness to the ears. The ear canals. Notice the tongue. Allow it to relax. Relax the jaw. Bring your attention to the shoulders. And allow the shoulders to fall gently away from the ears, allowing us to sit deeper more rooted. Notice the arms and the hands. Notice the knuckles. Bring your awareness to the space in the palms. Can you sense any energy within the palms? Bring your awareness to the heart center. And notice the breath here. With each inhalation, each exhalation, allowing the breath to be, allowing the heart to pump. Bringing your awareness to the spine, allowing for an extension from the tailbone to the nape of the neck, as if a tree reaching for the sky. We sit tall, strong, and relaxed. We move as a tree does in the wind. We can allow our thoughts and emotions to come in and to leave. Bring your awareness to the pelvis. Allow the hips to relax. Notice the breath deep in the belly. Allowing for a softening, an expansion of the belly. And release any tension here. Notice the sit bones as they meet the chair or the cushion, the floor. Feel rooted, feel grounded right here, right now. Notice the upper legs. Notice the knees, the space behind the knees. And even if we're finding some discomfort through these larger joints, we don't have to make a commentary, criticize, or wish things were different. This is where we practice acceptance. This is when we bring ease into the body, just by bearing witness to what is. Bring your awareness to the lower leg, the calves, and relax. Notice the feet, perhaps as they meet the floor or your cushion. Notice the contact points meeting the foot, the feet. And release any tension here. And now come back into the body in its fullness. Allow your awareness of the body to reside deep within. Witnessing the body from the inside out. And take a moment to do your own scan of the body and allow yourself to pause in any areas that are causing discomfort. Could be physical pain. It could even just be emotional pain or thoughts about our bodies. Maybe they're not in the best shape right now. Maybe we're injured or we're sick. Let's allow that to be. And just by bringing your awareness and your attention to these spaces of discomfort, we actually shift that energy into one of acceptance and ease. Ease of body, ease in mind, peace within the body, peace within the mind. And bring your awareness back to the heart center. And let's offer ourselves a silent offering of gratitude to the body, to this vessel. Sometimes we can find ourselves being a little too hard on ourselves. And when we sit in meditation, when we choose to practice non-doing, we learn to be kinder with ourselves. And when we are kinder with ourselves, our bodies respond. Our bodies feel and react to our emotions and our thoughts. So coming back to the moment, coming back to the body and the breath. Brings us back to a sense of ease in the present moment. And just take a couple of nice deep breaths before we open the eyes, inhaling deeply through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Pause at the top of the breath here. And exhale. And at the bottom of the breath, you can allow the eyes to gently open. Once again, receiving this space in full awareness. With a greater sense of ease and equanimity. So that can be your homework. Becoming more conscious of your thoughts as you move about your day. Being conscious of how we view our thoughts. And learning to be kinder to ourselves. And our bodies respond. And become enlivened. And operate from a place of homeostasis and balance. So we have tremendous power when we choose to come back to the moment, choose to be present with what is. We choose to develop the sense of equanimity and acceptance. And in that, we eventually establish a sense of grace. So beautiful people, I wish you a wonderful day, good health, be well. Namaste.